Excessive and unnecessary. Some strong words used by Memphis Police Internal Affairs after two officers beat a man with their batons. And now we've uncovered the never-before-seen body camera footage of the incident. That video is through our partnership with the Daily Memphian and the Institute of Public Service Reporting.
Now, we want to warn you, some of the video you're about to watch is hard to watch. WREG investigator Jessica Gertler finds out one of the officers involved has received repeated complaints.
Give me my keys, please.
October 2016. The night started with a woman in Nutbush flagging down Memphis police to help her get her car keys back from her boyfriend, Jeremiah Hall, the man in the yellow.
Look, if you could just get her keys so we can go, we'll stop bothering you. She just want to go home. All we need you to do is just get her the keys.
At this point, body camera video shows officers have been trying to get Hall to hand over the keys for several minutes, but he refuses.
Once you get her the keys, we go, she go.
I appreciate you start staying behind me, sir.
Hall is talking to Officer Richard Granderson, who you see walk away and call for backup.
I'm on the DV and it's going to get a little rowdy in a couple of minutes.
The video is clear. Hall does not comply with Granderson's directions to hand over the keys, but he does not threaten officers either. However, Granderson told MPD's Internal Affairs he felt Hall was belligerent and threatened to inflict bodily harm against him and his partner. When backup arrived, he advised Hall that he was under arrest. You don't hear Granderson announce the arrest. Instead, he suddenly grabs Hall from behind. His partner's body camera also captured what happened. Backup then gets out of the car to see the struggle that ensued. A stun gun is then used. Officers say it had no effect. You see Granderson also use his baton. They hit Hall over and over again, all while internal investigators say Hall laid there fetal and defenseless. A witness who was recording the incident is told to leave, a move also questioned by Internal Affairs, since officers are prohibited from interfering with the citizen filming police. Granderson says the witness refused to leave. He began to resist and strike him, which is why he took him to the ground. Video from later that night shows the witness's injuries. Internal Affairs called Granderson's actions clearly excessive and unwarranted.
Y'all be ashamed of yourself, bro. Y'all be ashamed of yourself.
Once in handcuffs, Hall continues to call officers names. While Internal Affairs says Hall was not respectful to officers, he was not threatening or abusive leading up to the arrest. Granderson admitted he should have handled the situation a little different.
We tried to get in touch with Hall and the witness, but had no luck. Internal Affairs couldn't find them either.
Both officers who used their batons were disciplined for excessive force and personal conduct, adding to Granderson's lengthy file. Since 2001, he's been questioned for using excessive or unnecessary force 6 times. He's also received 8 other complaints for personal conduct. 5 were sustained, including an incident from 2015 when he gave his cousin a ride in the squad car to his ex-girlfriend's place. He used the lights to illuminate the house and the loudspeaker to get her to come to the door. He was in full-duty uniform and took no action when his cousin and his cousin's ex got into a verbal exchange.
We're still in the early stages of evaluating MPD's policies.
Last fall, Police Chief C.J. Davis told us that includes the handling of excessive force complaints.
If someone complains on an officer 4 times that they were discourteous, and it's that officer's word against mine, there should be some type of corrective measure put in place for training or whatever the case might be, because chances are that officer is probably discourteous.
Davis vowed to put new measures in place.
There will be measures put in place for early warning, for corrective actions, and I also plan to really look at what a disciplinary matrix looks like so that we can have consistency in our disciplinary processes.
Taking another look at the policy is something the Mayor's Reimagining Policing Advisory Council also asked Davis to do.
And I feel confident that she's going to implement most of what we recommended to her.
After the 2016 incident, Internal Affairs noted Granderson's disciplinary record to be quite lengthy. One lieutenant asked, At this point, we have to consider if it's in the best interest of the city of Memphis to continue his employment. But ultimately, they decided there's a chance to rehabilitate him. Since then, Granderson was investigated again for personal conduct. Jessica Gertler, WREG News Channel 3.
Granderson does remain on the force. The other officer who used his baton has resigned. Now, we did ask MPD to see if and when Chief Davis will make the changes she spoke about right there, but we have yet to hear back. The body camera footage was obtained through a partnership with the Daily Memphian and the Institute of Public Service Reporting, and as we work together to uncover incidents of excessive force and help find solutions.